like to just thank, congratulate Willie on his selection. I had an opportunity to see him play over the years, and he was certainly a tremendous player and a great tackle and one of the all-time greats that has been in this game. But yeah, it's certainly an honor to have been selected to the Ring of Honor. It's great to be here. Just appreciate the fans for giving me the nod. It certainly was appreciated. So it's wonderful to be here.
Hey, congratulations, brother.
Hey, thank you there, Box.
When you think about going in the Ring of Honor with two people you admire, not only professionally, but personally, in Ken Riley and Ken Anderson, does it mean that much more to you?
You know, it really does. Those are two guys. Of course, Kenny Anderson, who was my quarterback, who was just a tremendous quarterback and tremendous help to me when I came in the league. You know, I was very fortunate to have a quarterback like that. And Ken Riley, going up against Ken Riley in practice every day, it made me a better player and really helped me in my rookie year coming into the league. I was kind of a pretty green wide receiver, being only wide receiver 1 year, my senior in college. So I had a lot to learn. So coming in, Ken Riley, Lamar Parrish, those guys really worked with me, but Kenny was really the guy that was there when he would pick up on things that I need to do, or if I was giving away my pattern, my routes. He would really come up to me, talk to me about what I need to do and to get better and work. So he was certainly an example on and off the field. Kenny was just a tremendous individual. I mean, just an absolute gentleman and somebody who I've always admired him. And he was certainly a role model for a lot of us young guys when we first came in the league.
Thanks, Ike.
Isaac,
Oh, go ahead.
in today's game, when receivers average 17 yards per catch for a season, everybody's all excited about it. You did it for your career, over 17 yards a catch for your career. Do you sometimes wonder what kind of numbers you could put up if you had played in today's era of football as a wide receiver?
Yeah, it would have been fun. We had some good years, some good teams, but we just kind of clicked. And like I say, Dave, we had an offensive line that gave Kenny time to throw. That's the big key. Everything starts up front, and then we all have to do our jobs. But yeah, it was a different game when I first came in the league. It was a game where defensive backs, they can hit you and cut you, and as long as the ball wasn't in the air, you were free game. I mean, I would have cornerbacks roll up on me and cut me, especially in our first playoff game against the Dolphins. They would cut me, or a cornerback would come up on you and try to bump you. Outside linebacker come try to take your legs out. So it was kind of you battled to get up and down the field. So it's certainly a wide open game now, and it would certainly be fun to play in this league now. I'm looking at the guys, what they're accomplishing and some of the statistics. That was tough back in the days when I first started. If you got 40, 50 passes, you got a lot of passes. These guys now, they're catching 100 passes. We weren't even targeted that much, but it'd be fun to play in the league now. And it's certainly a fun league, and it's wide open. It's a passing league, but it would be fun. And who knows what kind of statistics we can have in today's game.
Isaac, congratulations. What makes, when you watch the trio of great receivers that the team has now, and TB and obviously Jamar and T. Higgins, what makes them so great when you watch them?
I think they got a really great quarterback. They got a great system, but all of them are very talented in their own right. Lamar Chase. I mean, he's just a tremendous receiver. Higgins, he's rangy, he can go get it. All of them are just really got the size, the speed, and just they're very smart receivers. They know the game, but they're great receivers. Great talent.
If I can follow up, Isaac, you came in as a track star out of San Diego State. you had the speed, but what made you a great receiver of your era?
Well, I tell you what, I ran track, but I was actually a football player first. but you know, it was just really the hard work, the study, coming in, working with Kenny, sitting in the meetings, looking at film, studying, getting tips from guys like Charlie Joyner, Chip Myers. When I first came in, there's some veterans that had been around that really helped me understand and learn the game, and really understand how to study and how to how to prepare for the game, and to the point to where you're not thinking anymore. Things are starting to come. You're reacting. You understand what your job is. You understand the offense, learning the offense, and knowing what your responsibilities are. You're learning the defenses and learning the different coverages, and knowing how to recognize them when that ball is snapped, because a lot of times they're trying to cover up the coverages, or disguise coverages, I should say. And so that get to the point to where you're reacting and not thinking about it, and that's pretty much it.
Isaac, congratulations. When the Bengals announced they were coming out with the Ring of Honor last year, just what did that mean to you, and what did that mean to the former teammates you spoke with as well?
Well, it really meant a lot, because talking with a lot of the teammates, I talked with a lot of guys, Reggie Williams and just a number of the guys, and it was really tremendous, because it was something that we really needed. We've had a lot of really great players that have come through the Bengal organization. So this was really something that was really needed to really highlight the careers of some of the players that we've had over the years. And so it was time. And I think the guys really looked forward to it, and look forward to it going into the future.
Isaac, if I could get a question in, how did the over the head spike take place? How did that all develop? I mean, you see guys spike the ball now, but you had that unique, when you scored a touchdown, you went over the head. How did that all come about?
That all started actually back at San Diego State when I transferred there in college, and I moved to wide receiver. There was a bunch of guys, a bunch of us kind of sitting around talking. I was the new guy kind of on the block, just transferring in my senior year. And the guys were talking about, well, if they score, what they're going to do, how they're going to spike the ball. And one of the guys said, well, what are you going to do, Isaac? And I just said, I'll probably just hand it back to the referee, and that'll be it. He says, no, you have to do something. So they tossed me a ball. I kind of dropped it over the back of my shoulders. I said, well, that's going to be it. That'll be my spike. And I kind of brought that into the NFL, but it kind of stuck. I always said, you know what? I didn't want to give the defensive backs any more of an incentive to tear my head off than they already had, so I didn't want to show them up and spike the ball in their face. And so I just casually dropped it behind my back and just kind of said that was it. I think they got the message.
Hey, Isaac, congratulations. I'm curious, I assume you probably found out about a month ago, like Willie did. Since that moment and today's announcement, have you allowed yourself to kind of visualize what September 29th will be, what the ceremony will be like, and what your emotions will be? Do you think you'll get emotional?
It'll be very emotional. I think it'll be emotional. I know I'm looking forward to it. Like I say, I was there last year when the Kenny Anderson, Ken Riley went in, and it was just so exciting. I was so excited for them, and I just thought it was such a great honor. And I said, if it ever happened to me, it's just, I don't know. I will be excited about it. My wife usually tells me I don't get excited about much of anything. It doesn't seem like it, but she says, you really seem to be excited about this. And it is really exciting. I'm really looking forward to it. And like I say, I really appreciate being selected by the fans.
Isaac, first off, congratulations. And kind of to touch on that point, what's it like to kind of to see the franchise maybe do more to recognize some of the older players that played for the franchise for a while, and kind of seeing that push also extend to guys like Ken and both Kens and yourself and Willie in terms of trying to make a push for the Pro Football Hall of Fame?
Well, I think it really means a lot, that what's going on, and especially for the push for some of the guys, like Willie Anderson, Ken Riley, guys like Lamar Parrish, just really to put a spotlight on some of the guys that really had some great careers in Cincinnati, and show their talents and show what they've done and what they've accomplished. So it's certainly well welcomed, and I'm sure everybody that's involved in it, whether you've been nominated or not, I think is excited about what they're doing, and just highlighting some of the talent, some of the players that have come through Cincinnati that are worthy of being put into the Hall of Fame.
Isaac, you've always had this cool demeanor. I mean, we've all known you as Ike, it's kind of a cool demeanor. Was it something that was innate in you, or just kind of evolved over time that you'd like to just approach life with a very even keel?
No, I've always kind of been that way. I've kind of been even keel, just kind of relaxed. I try not to get too high, too low. It's just always kind of been my personality. The whole time. It's something that I come up with, or it's just who I am. I'm just kind of a laid back, relaxed kind of guy. I do get excited, but I guess I'm not that guy that jumps up and down, but I show it in different ways.
Well, thanks to Mildred for validating your excitement on this particular one.
Thank you.
I tell you what, there's no question that you were the Iceman. That's what you were called, Isaac the Iceman Curtis. Man, you were just such a cool customer. The thing about you that was so spectacular is not only the world-class speed, but the ability to get in and out of cuts. I mean, the way you ran routes. Most guys with that world-class speed, they can't, choke it down and get in and out of cuts like you did. What do you attribute your route running to? I mean, was it a thing that came naturally to you? Did somebody help you with that big time? What was that about?
No, well, I was pretty fortunate when I moved, transitioned to a wide receiver. And like I say, I was a running back in high school and in college my senior year. So I was a football player first. So I was used to running. I was used to cutting. I was used to making moves. But when I came to Cincinnati, like I say, watching Charlie Joyner, watching Chip Myers, these guys, and watching them run routes and watching them set up defensive backs and how they set up their routes. I learned a lot of that from watching those guys. I did have the speed, but I always knew that you had to keep things under control, especially with your cuts. But they were a tremendous help. And like I said, when I first came to Cincinnati, having Bill Walsh there as well as the offensive coordinator and receiver coach, he was a tremendous help. And at San Diego State, going there with Don Coryell and some of the receivers and some of the, that offense, so that's really where it started. But I think, I really gathered myself. I tell you one thing that happened is after my first, my rookie year, and I played in the Pro Bowl, Paul Warfield was there, was somebody that I always idolized and watched because he was always so smooth and ran such great patterns. But I was excited being a rookie there, and here's Paul Warfield, somebody who I've watched and admired as a player and as a person. I was running routes and I was running out. I was excited, so I was full speed, making cuts, slipping, and all this kind of stuff. I went back and Paul Warfield, he just kind of looked, he kind of called me over. He says, he says, Isaac, you know what? You got a lot of talent, but you know what you got to remember? Always keep your feet under you. And that was just something that I always remembered when running routes, running this, and just always try to keep my feet under me. And I just got better as the years went by. I learned that you can't beat everybody in this league with speed. You got to learn how to run good routes and set them up.
You mentioned Bill Walsh, Isaac. You mentioned obviously Don Coryell. What about Paul Brown and the influence he had, and having the faith in you to draft you when he did, and make you a foundation of the offense.
Oh yeah, I was like I say, I was very excited to get drafted and coming to Cincinnati and having both Paul Brown and and Bill Walsh there. I mean, it was a tremendous education to learn and work and be around those guys, especially Paul. He was just, he really put everything in perspective. I mean, it was just, it was a business, and you had to come in here, you had to take care of your business, handle your business, approach this game and this league as like a business, everything that you do on and off the field. So I was very, very fortunate to play for Paul Brown and have a coach like that had meant so much to the league and had contributed so much into the NFL.
Any more questions for Isaac?
Yeah, I had one more there, PJ, if it's okay.
Sure.
Isaac, when you think back, so many people give credit to those along the way that have helped them. Is there someone who might be surprised at how much influence they had on your success?
Yeah, I think so. I absolutely. My old high school coach, I would probably say, I think everybody has somebody way back in the past, but he was just kind of a mentor, somebody that was always there, somebody that was, was there to talk to me and mentor me, and I could always go to him and advice and ask him questions. And he was just a tremendous person. He was almost like another father, to myself, Coach Baldwin, but he had a big influence on me coming out of high school. He kept me on the narrow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Got one last one to my mind, Isaac. You're such a great player. When did you know, or who did you play against when that game was over, that you had a lot of respect for and you basically handled them? I mean, was there a guy that was like, man, this guy I know is a stud, and you went out and competed against him and won the battle? Was there anybody like that kind of in your mind told you, I belong in the NFL and I can be great in the National Football League?
Of course, Pittsburgh had a lot of great defensive backs with the Blunt and all those. I played a lot of guys that were in the league, and one thing that I did have, I had a lot of confidence in myself, and I felt that I could play in this league, and I felt that once I kind of get my feet under me and learn this offense, learn this system, and understand the coverages and understand where I'm just reacting and not thinking, I felt that I could play in this league. I didn't feel that there was very many people in this league that could run with me, so it was just a matter of really just educating myself and being a better player. And that's, and I think that's all I thought about. I didn't really particularly look at any one person and, or player against anyone that I felt that, validate whether I belong in this league or not. I think from just a confidence standpoint, I had confidence that I had the ability to perform and play in this league.
Any other questions?
Well,
Isaac, I'm sorry, Dave, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say congratulations, well deserved. You were the man, Isaac Curtis, the man.
Well, thank you. It was a pleasure out there playing with you. We had such great teammates. You guys were wonderful.
Isaac, thanks for joining us. We'll let you go. Congratulations.
All right. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Congratulations, Isaac.
All right. Thanks.